You probably heard about affirmations. Maybe you tried them, maybe you know exactly what they're all about, or maybe you think they're just a big hocus pocus that don't make any sense. Well, I have to tell you that affirmations do work, but you need to work them. And what I mean by that, keep on watching. So in this video, I will cover what are the affirmations, I will give you science behind them, because guess what? There is science behind them, and I will give you step-by-step instructions on how to formulate them, when to do them, and how, in order to get the most benefits out of your affirmations practice. Before we start talking about affirmations, I want to say thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Zaza, I'm a female empowerment coach. Please subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified every week when I post a new video. There's gonna be a lot of good advice on confidence. Keep on watching. So what are affirmations? Affirmation can be a simple statement confirming something that you want to create in your life. For example, I'm confident, I'm super loving and super lovable, I'm a millionaire. All of those are examples of affirmation. So affirmations are usually statements about something that we want but we don't have yet. So repeating something to ourselves, like I'm a millionaire for example, when we are not millionaires at the moment, feels totally crazy, feels weird, and feels like, this is not true, why am I doing this? And I totally agree. However, in order to manifest anything that we want in our life, we need to have belief, we need to have that faith, we need to pair it with positive expectation, and also we need to take inspired action. So what does all of this actually mean in practice? So looking back at the moments when we actually succeeded at something or manifested something that we want, and comparing those with moments when we didn't, there is one major difference. In first case, when we succeeded, there was that aura, that energy of positive expectation, of belief, of trust, faith that we are doing it, that we are getting it, like this is gonna be so good. Our energy was positive. Even though the thing that we wanted maybe haven't showed up yet, we were sure that it's coming. We were really believing that it's on its way. So our subconscious mind is very stubborn. Pretty much it believes whatever you are constantly repeating to it. So the reason most of us are pretty much living the same lives day after day, week after week, month after month, is because we are thinking the same thoughts day after day, week after week, month after month. Unless we decide to change something and we actively work on it, nothing can change. We can't change our reality if we are staying the same person constantly. So in order to change our reality, we need to change the way we think. And to change the way we think, we need to change the way we speak, because everything starts with words that we put out, because words have energy and we get into the creation mode by statements that we are using when we are talking about our lives. So subconscious mind has a big role in creating our reality, and we need to reprogram her in order to change our reality. This is where the affirmations come in play. But before we get into the how, for all of you that are still thinking if affirmations are something for you to try, I'm gonna give you a few scientific evidence to kind of get you on my side. So it was shown by research that affirmations can reduce stress, improve well-being, improve academic performance, and create overall positive outlook on life. One account has also shown that affirmations have power to broaden person's perspective and reduce overall effect of negative emotions. And if you need more evidence, there's also MRI scans showing an activity in our brain when we do affirmations where certain neural pathways are created. I'm gonna link more research under this video in case you want to read more about it. There is a lot of things that you can refer to. So with science out of our way, let's dive into practical things. So how to actually do affirmations. I'm gonna give you now step-by-step instructions how to form affirmations, when to do them, how to do them to get the most benefits. So let's get into these good things. First thing first, do it daily. Affirmation is a practice. It needs to be done consistently. Take about a month, give it 30 days of consistent everyday practice in order to start seeing results. Pick a time of the day where you can sit alone for 5 minutes, where you're gonna be training your subconscious mind, creating your new reality. So think of your subconscious mind as an animal, because it's a kind of like a primitive part of our brain where it needs repetition, it needs constant training, constant work in order to learn a new trick. Think of training a puppy. It sounds weird, maybe it's gonna trigger you to think about part of your mind as a puppy, but it's a very easy way to remember this first thing. It needs repetition, it needs to be consistent. So do it daily, every day for 30 days. Thing number 2 is make it short, concise. Make it a phrase rather than a sentence. Why is this important? Repetition is queen of success in the case of doing affirmations. So we want to be able that in those 5 minutes that we commit daily to doing our affirmation practice, to repeat this phrase as many times as possible so that we get it like drilled in our subconscious mind as much as possible. If you do like a really long sentence, how able are you going to be to repeat it over and over and over again in the same way? You're going to be sitting there like, what did I just say? Like, how did that sentence go? Like, I'm not sure. Like, am I supposed to repeat it in the same way? Should I change it? No, it becomes very, very complicated. So don't make it complicated. Make it simple. It's very simple practice. It's really easy but effective, but we need to keep to the basics here. One very important thing here, and that's our third step, is to state it in a positive way. What I mean by that, you don't want to say, I am not overweight. You want to say, I'm at my ideal weight, or if you can get behind it, you can pick a specific number and be really specific. If you can get specific and still feel good about it, then absolutely do that. But if being specific, like in the case of weight, like a specific number kind of like stresses you out and you can't get behind that, then a big more general statement, general phrase that is gonna get you to the same thing. We are talking about a feeling and we are talking about repetition, but it also needs to be something that we can get behind. In the example of weight, my own example here, when I wanted to get to my ideal weight, is I was repeating to myself, I'm at my ideal weight. I started on with saying like, I am at 59 kilos, which I really couldn't get behind. It stressed me out a little bit. I didn't really believe it. There was no connection. There was no feeling inside of me when I said that number. So I kind of decided to take a step back and say I'm at my ideal weight. Sooner or later, I did get to my ideal weight, which was a little bit different than I expected, but it was a weight where my body felt the best and I felt the best. So my ideal weight is 62, in case someone was wondering, since we're talking about weight. Step number 4 is start your affirmations with I am. Saying it in I am format goes directly to the core of your being. It shapes your identity. Since we are reprogramming our minds and since we are trying to change our own lives, we need to focus on shaping our identity. We need to align who we are with our new belief that we are trying to create. If I try to create millions in my life, if I want to become a millionaire, I need to start identifying myself as a wealthy person. So in order to do that, I need to start saying things like, I'm wealthy, I am abundant, I am a millionaire, I am making a lot of money. Because all of those things focus directly on me and how I feel. And that's one of the major things when it comes to using affirmations to change our beliefs and to change our reality. It needs to be focused on who we are, on our own being. And step number 5 is to state it in the now, not in the future. I need to say something like, I'm a millionaire, even though I'm not a millionaire right now. But if I say I want to be a millionaire, that is always going to stay in the future. We are trying to create that new reality, new identity. And in order to do that, we need to start feeling like that in the now. And in order to start feeling like that in the now, we need to talk about it like it's happening right now. So those are 5 steps on how to create affirmations so that they would serve you in the best way possible. But before you go, don't go yet, I have 3 extra little tricks for you that you can implement in order to take this affirmation work to the next level, where you're gonna be actually seeing real tangible results and very fast. And the first thing first is feeling is important. So make sure that in those 5 minutes when you are doing this practice, you get into the feeling of what you want to create. I'm a millionaire, I'm wealthy, I am super abundant, this feels amazing. Build yourself up, build that momentum. Make sure to keep your affirmations in I am as much as you can, but if you need to tell a story about it in order to get your feeling up, you can do that and then focus on the actual affirmation where you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Use your voice. Don't do this like in your mind, like being quiet and like repeating it over and over again. Like when you do this, like you can't evoke that feeling in yourself. So make sure to say it out loud. That's why I said like take a moment like where you can actually be by yourself, so that like your spouse like doesn't think like is she crazy, like what is she doing, like yelling I'm a millionaire, like we're not millionaires. Third thing is to focus. Like you can give your practice 5 minutes a day where you're only focused on that. That's why it's important to get the energy going. That's why it's important to use your voice and use your body, because you need to get deep into this. Like you want to close your eyes, repeat this. You can do it in front of a mirror too, if that's gonna help you focus more on shaping your identity, like what we just talked about. Or you can close your eyes and just make sure to really feel it, to get into that state of feeling your new reality that you are just creating right now. So make sure to like this video and to leave me a comment so I know if you're using affirmations, how are you using them, how was your experience with them, and like I said, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.